this evening. Item number 6 needs to read parcel 2023-71 plat of survey within 2 miles of Polk City. I would entertain a motion with that amendment for the approval of the agenda.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Approves.
And could you read that parcel number?
Yes, parcel number 2023-71.
I took it out of your email. He's saying 7-2.
I must have
7-2.
I must have fat fingered enough. 7-2.
7-2. Thank you for the clarification, everyone.
Yeah.
Can we just, okay, thank you. So we don't have to do the whole thing again. Great. Item number 4, approval of the Planning and Zoning Commission meeting minutes for September 18, 2023.
I make a recommendation to approve the agenda for tonight.
Second.
We're on 4.
We're on number 4, the meeting minutes. You wanna-
Oh, the minutes.
Yes,
Yes,
please.
I want to,
Sorry.
yes, the minute meeting, the minutes.
Thank you.
Second.
All right, fantastic. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Great, motion passes. Okay, item number 5. Home State Bank site plan amendment.
Good evening, Trent Smith with McClure Engineering on behalf of J. Corp Home State Bank, civil engineer on the project, address 1316 West 121st Street, 5 Iowa 50325. This project probably looks familiar to you guys, and it's seen some progress up by Casey's. The site plan amendment for you tonight has a few changes. Primary one is just some signage, so it's a monument sign that would go on that intersection corner of similar size to the one that's across the street and existing. It also includes some signage at the building. We have revised the landscaping plan. It's more, I would say, intensive than the previous one submitted, but still has the shrubs screening the street and some other landscape comments that we addressed in the original site plan. Modifying the trash enclosure. We're enlarging it a little bit to accommodate a generator that wasn't a part of the original site plan. As part of that, we lost the parking space right next to the trash enclosure, but we're still above the parking minimums. And then the last main revision is just a new mailbox pad location for the CDU. We coordinated that with Mike, who's new at the post office. Might have started last month. Coordinated the location with him. And that's just located along the right-of-way, but on private property. They'd access it via the parking lot. They park in the parking lot out of the street, away from this intersection. That's kind of the fourth main change. I'm here to answer any questions you have.
So just a handful of things. Trent was pretty representative of what they're doing. Couple things. The new sign will have an electronic board component to it. There is a note on the site plan amendment that should concerns arise about the distraction or interference with the intersection, the brightness. Polk City Code does allow for the city manager to notify the property owner to make an adjustment to the brightness to make that less interfering with the intersection and the adjacent properties. And then the other thing with the revised cluster mailbox location, we've coordinated that with Mike Schulte, Public Works Director, and he is in agreement with the location. And there's also a note on the site plan amendment that the property owner will be responsible for removal and reinstallation of that cluster mailbox should work on the sanitary sewer be necessary, because that mailbox location does sit over top of a sanitary sewer easement. You said Mike is not in favor of it?
Mike Schulte is in favor.
Oh, he isn't. Okay, sorry.
Commission members, anybody have some questions?
And the size of the sign is within our sign ordinance.
Correct.
So just my normal statement, I guess, I'm generally against video boards. I find them distracting and a bit of a scourge on our community. But it's part of our sign ordinance, so it's not for me or
my only question was gonna be the brightness, which you addressed, so that can be controlled, so it's not distracting, I'm fine with it.
And where you have your generator, that is on the side where there isn't any houses, is that correct?
It's on the northeast corner, so it is on the side adjacent to the single residence that's there. But there's a landscape buffer that was required for separation between commercial and residential zoning.
And it is integral to the trash enclosure. It'll have the same materials. It'll be connected. It's just access to two separate doors.
Correct.
That face away from residential.
And that's for emergency purposes only.
Yep.
And there's a rec trail and kind of a little ravine really between that area and the
Any other questions, comments?
I'll make a motion that we recommend the council approval of State Bank site plan amendment, subject to staff and engineers' comments, dated October 12th, 2023.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Bowersox,
Yes.
Vogel,
Yes.
Triplett,
Yes.
Olfest,
Yes.
Prignitz,
Yes.
Cyrus,
Yes.
Hankins.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, moving on to item number 6, parcel 2023-72, plat of survey within 2 miles of Polk City.
Hi, I'm Mike Broner, land surveyor with Civil Design Advantage, located at 4121 Northwest Urbandale Drive in Urbandale. We have a plat of survey. We're trying to create a new tax parcel for transfer between family members. It just so happens it's 1.8 miles outside of town, so we're just barely in the 2 miles. It's a pretty simple division. We've satisfied Polk County requirements for the division, and we're requesting the city's approval also.
Yep, so, as Mike mentioned, this is in your ETJ, so, hopefully he gets the opportunity to review it. Under that rule, the lot must meet or exceed Polk City's R1 requirements, which they have done a vast majority of. As part of this, we'll have the property owner sign an agreement to install sidewalk and an agreement to install water main, should that property be annexed in, so that we can call on that when the property is either developed or brought into the city, so we can get water and sidewalk out there. We don't have breaks in the sidewalk should the city ever get out there. As part of your recommendation to council tonight, the property owner is requesting 3 waivers to Polk City Code. Because this parcel, or the master parcel, has already been divided once, Polk City's code would require a minor plat of subdivision. Polk County is allowing a plat of survey in lieu of that. Effectively, this plat of survey is achieving most of what a minor plat of subdivision is, with that agreement to install sidewalk and the agreement to install water main. Polk City Code generally discourages, so the second waiver they're requesting is Polk City's code generally discourages flag lots. They just cause a lot of problems. It allows for a much higher density typically where they're used in town. And so you would need to make a recommendation on waiver of flag lot requirement. And then since municipal water is not available out there, the property owner is also requesting a waiver of your hydrant coverage radius, which we would recommend waive, because it doesn't make sense to hold them to that requirement with no municipal water being available.
Travis, are you or are you not recommending flag lot? Oh, wait. It sounded like you weren't recommending.
So Polk City's code generally discourages it. I think it is purely up to this commission's decision as to whether or not this meets the because Polk City Code essentially lays out a whole bunch of reasons, unique topography, certain like certain uses, that kind of thing. So it would be up to this commission whether or not getting homes away from a 55-mile-an-hour roadway for the safety of property owners and the buffering of the parcel from the street. I think that makes a lot of sense, but it really, because there is no hard and fast rule, it really comes down to how does the commission feel about flag lots. I think in this situation, because it's so far out of town and it's adjacent to a high-speed roadway compared to most that you see in this area, I think it makes sense to do to do a flag lot to get that home back away from the road.
Thank you.
Yeah, as I look at the map, I mean, it's hard to project how fast, Polk City will grow and what our annexation rate will be. But probably, I believe in the only reason they're within the 2 miles is because of the annexation of Big Creek. Anyway, it looks like the Big Creek Marina is kind of what got it pretty close to it. And, are we talking 30 years from now that we might be out there? It is on a water course, so, I mean, it probably would be developed first because of sewer infrastructure and things, but we're talking about impacts to our annexation and the ability to have the owner of the larger parcel do a breakdown into lots or whatever usage it might be. We haven't even done it's so far out, we haven't even done a use for it for the future. The flag lot, I guess, doesn't bother me that far out. I'm a little concerned, I guess, with just like a further explanation on the minor plat of survey subdivision. Just 2 meetings ago when we were talking about a different location and driveways going on to primary highways within our 2-mile limit, and kind of talked about, well, gee, but that can only happen once. And so now we're saying not only can it happen once, but we can approve it happening. So this is the original lot, 4 more subdivisions, and the 1 subdivision initially, so 6 lots out of that parcel. Is that what we're saying? So we had the original parcel, we've already broken off 1.
Yeah.
And now we're going to break off a second one as a 4. Is that what this is saying?
No, so this is creating one buildable lot.
Correct.
With a residual lot that is non-developed.
So the phrase based on no more than 3 additional homes on the outlot. Why? Explain to me what that means.
So that is, and Mike, you may have a better idea of this, but that, as I understand it, is the zoning classification that it's in Polk County. That is the density at which that lot can be redeveloped.
Okay.
So you are not approving them to be able to split this again.
Okay.
It would appear before the commission again if they were to ever split, because it still would fall in Polk City's ETJ. And so what you're approving is the flag lot plus the residual unbuildable outlot. And this plat of survey includes a note that says that the residual outlot cannot be redeveloped without a plat of subdivision.
Okay.
So you are literally just acting on creating this flag lot and a residual outlot.
Okay. And this entrance is a half-mile from any other entrance to that highway. Correct. As I look at it.
Yes, they put it as far away from the other residents on the parcels that they can drive.
Okay, I have a question about sheet 2 of 2, plat of survey. There's a note there, it says the setbacks, front yard 35, rear 50, side yards 15. It only shows the 35 front yard, And then the building area shows it all the way to the property lines past the setbacks. You can't build in a setback. So is that shown incorrectly here?
That is something that let's plan to clean that
Yeah,
up.
we're mixing Polk County's requirements and Polk City's.
Yeah.
Polk County makes you define the buildable area because they restrict that. So that's what's defining that, which would include accessory buildings. And I don't know, there's no plan to do this, but you could have an accessory building perhaps.
Yes.
Well, according to Polk County's rules, you could.
In a setback?
In the setback, yeah, accessory buildings have different setbacks than the primary buildings.
Same as Polk City.
So they're representing two different, and if you want it to be clear, I can reduce the buildable area on here and put more on the residual lot.
So they're gonna build a house on this line, is that correct?
Correct.
So the way it's shown, can you build a house in the setback?
No,
Okay.
but you could put a shed.
So you're saying in terminology with Polk County, us, there's a difference between buildable area and available area to build.
Yes.
Got that?
The setbacks.
So you have to build within the setbacks,
The setbacks would be the same.
with the
for
exception
county.
of an accessory.
Yes.
I just would like you to show the building setbacks on the plat survey.
Mike, you can do that before Wednesday,
Yeah, the side yard and the rear yard.
and we'll get that updated in the council packet.
Any other questions or comments? If not, I would entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion that we recommend to council approval of the plat of survey for parcel 2023.72 within the 2-mile limit of Polk City, but in the outlying county, subject to engineer and staff requirements dated October 11, 2023. And further granting waivers for minor plat of survey, flag lot, and for a fire hydrant exemption based on recommendation number 1. And also with the plat of survey having setback requirements updated prior to going to council.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Myers,
Yes.
Hankins,
Yes.
Bowersox,
Yes.
Vogel,
Yes.
Triplett,
Yes.
Olfest,
Yes.
Pregnant.
Thank you.
Thank you. On to item number 7, reports and particulars. Who wants to start?
I don't have it.
I don't have anything.
I don't have anything in particular besides there is an election coming up. Would ask you all to go on us on Thursday.
Oh, yeah, okay, yes, yeah.
I hope.
The 2 incumbents and the 3 people that are running are coming to our Kiwanis outdoor stew at the Wiseman's house. So if anyone wants to attend, they can.
I guess I didn't mean to do that.
No, that's fine.
I mean, whatever. Yeah,
It's a great time to have additional people. So
Yeah.
it's all outside, so dress formal. Let me know if you want to come this weekend. And then 2, what we do then is everybody brings you don't have to because yours. But
I'm not sure. I
everybody-
should bring double.
Everybody just bring a can of vegetables and it's thrown into the stew. Big hope. Well, I didn't know if that was, we could say. And it's,
Gotcha.
it's a big black kettle and
That's
over
neat.
a fire and and then we'll have some music too
I
after.
wasn't quite sure what it was, but I'm like,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Something new.
Sounds like a plan to me. So any, for all candidates, literally, there's a forum next Tuesday, 24th. We, obviously have election day a couple weeks later, but happy to to answer any specifics you might have or to reach out to everybody else on Polk, on Go Polk City has all, write-ups and emails and phone number, like good stuff on there, so if there's anything, but all the annoying signs will come down in a couple weeks. Also, we all had a kind of grumbling right before to say, where's Ace Hardware?
Yeah,
Jenny just said,
I received a building permit today.
great.
Good.
so we're getting closer there, and I thought that'd be a good thing to let everybody know about, because I've sure been wondering.
Yeah, I had some questions this month, because all of a sudden people thought the sign came up again.
It never came down.
Right. And so that's what I kind of thought too, but I didn't know for sure. So thank you.
Yeah, other than that, I don't have anything else specifically.
Senior living still proceeding, I assume?
Yes.
Government red tape and all that.
They've submitted the final, will be submitting the final plat for council on
And on with life, they got the
rezoning has started.
it.
yes, his started with that.
First reading.
Yeah, keep that going. So that, I mean, just what a wonderful,
That's really looking good up there.
wonderful addition
Yeah,
to our community.
really rolling.
So I
Commission members have anything? All right, if not, I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Excellent.
Second.
Technically, I don't think you have.
You do it really good.
I saw her looking at that.